Hello, and welcome to this, our third video in the series, in which I'm going to introduce you to the reports that are provided from the PASS Attitudinal Survey. This is the third of 4 short videos introducing you to PASS, our Pupil Attitudinal Survey. The first video explained exactly what PASS is. In the second video, we considered why you should use PASS in your school with all your students taking part in the survey. In this, the third video, I will take you briefly through the PASS report, explaining what data you get from each section. Finally, in the last video, we'll look at a couple of examples of how schools are using their PASS data and also how to use standardized data from more than one assessment to identify more clearly possible barriers to learning. So, now that you know a bit about the PASS survey, what it does and why you should use it in your school, let's turn to the reports and have a good look at them. The format is different to other GL reports and starts by looking at the overall picture of the whole school. There are 2 sets of data shown, mean percentages and then standardized percentile data, NPR. So, let's start with the mean percentage data. This is shown by the blue bars and the scores in white boxes underneath. These show you the average or mean scores for the students in your school. Some students will have been more positive, some less so, and this is the average. There is no comparison with other schools nationally, and it gives you an opportunity to see if there are any concerns within your school that need to be addressed across the whole school. Underneath, in the coloured boxes, is the percentile data, which is showing how your school compares with other schools nationally. This may be of more interest to the senior leadership team than to class teachers. This will help you to see whether the issues you may have identified are unique to your school or common across other schools as well. As you may have noticed in the last slide, percentile scores are in coloured boxes, using a form of RAG rating. The purpose of this is to draw the eye to those of most concern as quickly as possible, and, put simply, the hotter the colour, the deeper the concern is likely to be. What's more, if you would like to move the boundaries of the colour bands or add more colours in, you can. The second level, cohort analysis, follows the same format as for the whole school, with mean percentage scores as well as percentiles, but drilling down to an analysis of gender, year group, ethnicity, and combinations of these. This enables you to see whether concerns at whole school level are explained by a specific group within the school or not, as well as helping to identify and monitor groups in the school who may be at risk. Finally, we get to the individual student report, and as you can see, this is where the colours are really useful. These scores are all percentile, showing across the 9 areas exactly how an individual student compares with other students of the same age nationally. This is where the fact that PASS is not anonymous becomes a real strength, enabling teaching and support staff to identify individuals who may be at risk for whatever reason. Sometimes those identified may not be students for whom previously there was a concern. Please note that this data is also provided in Excel form so that you can sort and filter the data in order to identify and work with individuals and groups. To help you analyze and interpret your report, we have provided a free Word file called the PASS Workbook, which is a free download. It consists of a series of generic questions relating to the report, and these are designed to assist and prompt the report analysis. The idea of a Word file is so that you can keep a record of thoughts and actions from the report analysis that can be used to monitor progress, as well as use it for reflection when the next PASS report arrives. As a standard part of the package, PASS is also provided with its own intervention suggestion system. This system looks at an individual's percentile scores and instantly generates a list of suggestions for interventions that are linked to the low pass factor scores for that student. Obviously, the suggestions are generic as we don't know the individual involved, but they are provided for you and your colleagues to consider. Thank you for watching this, the third of our videos introducing the PASS Attitudinal Survey, and I hope it has helped you to see just how useful PASS data is and the vital role that it plays in supporting your students. Please have a look at the final video, part 4, where we'll be looking at some examples of how schools are currently putting their PASS data to good use. Thank you and goodbye.